Good evening and thanks for joining us on News 3 at 10. I'm Leah Linscheid in for Danica Lewis tonight. Downtown Madison is known for its unique atmosphere and colorful State Street, but as yet another bar opens along the iconic road, Madison's mayor says it's one too many. Belina Jones has the story. Turning now to Bob Lesh with a first look at your weekend forecast. It's going to be a hot one, Bob, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, we saw the humidity move in today. The clouds limited the heat so far, but tomorrow should be even warmer, and that's because of a warm front that has already passed through the area. It just didn't warm us up because the clouds stuck in there so long, and we did see a few showers to go along with that as well. Currently, it's 70 degrees, though. 71 in Wisconsin Dells, rather. 74 in Lone Rock. Down into the 60s in a few spots, including Watertown and Janesville at 68, and Monroe at 66. That should be about where we end up for our lows tomorrow morning due to the fact that it is much more humid. And tomorrow we'll be up to 87 with dry conditions for most of the day, but a chance of some showers late. That's your forecast first.
Thanks, Bob. Well, a big week ahead for Governor Scott Walker. He plans to sign the $73 billion spending plan tomorrow afternoon in Waukesha. The state assembly approved the bill early Thursday morning. Walker has previously said he wanted to finish work on the state budget before announcing whether he'll make a White House run. That's expected Monday, also in Waukesha. Over the next couple of days, we'll have complete coverage of the budget signing along with Walker's presidential announcement right here on News 3 and on channel3000.com. Well, if you follow Walker on Twitter, you might have already seen his big announcement. By accident, the governor's official Twitter account posted a tweet yesterday reading, "Scott Walker is running," but it was quickly deleted. Twitter says the Walker campaign is not to blame for the tweet, but didn't shed light on who is. Walker is set to become the 15th Republican candidate joining the race for the White House. Meanwhile, another Republican presidential candidate is trying to dig himself out of a hole after comments he made about undocumented workers. Donald Trump spoke from Las Vegas today, saying he still believes Hispanics will vote for him.
But what I don't encourage is people coming into our country illegally. And I don't encourage where a government forces some people in that the government doesn't want.
He is an ignorant racist, and we don't want him here in California.
Recent polls show Trump's support is growing among Republicans. Only frontrunner Jeb Bush still leads him. Bush says the Donald does not represent the views of most Republicans. A former police officer will stand trial this fall after being accused of killing an Oregon woman and stuffing her body inside a suitcase. But accusations of another murder can't be brought up inside that courtroom. Stephen Zielik of Milwaukee is charged with the murder of 19-year-old Jenny Gomez. He's accused of also killing Laura Simonson in 2013, but a judge ruled Friday that prosecutors cannot bring up Simonson's death during the trial for Gomez's death. That trial begins in November. Well, sad news out of Lafayette County tonight. A Milwaukee teen on vacation there drowned earlier this morning. 18-year-old Sidney Yura Jr. was camping with friends and family at Lake Joy just outside the town of Belmont. Rescue teams were called to the campground around 9:30. That's where they found Sidney's body in the swimming area of the lake about an hour later. Deputies say they don't believe criminal activity was involved. A church canoe trip in the Boundary Waters took an unexpected turn for 3 Minnesota teenagers. Asher Bloom and his friend's canoe capsized, pinning his foot against a rock and trapping him in the rushing water for at least 6 hours. The teens were terrified, but they say their faith carried them through it.
Oh, I was worried, all right. I was praying a lot.
This shows the dramatic end to a frightful day for Asher, Grant, and Josiah. The Rochester teens were on a wilderness trip with their church when they say their canoe hit rapids not marked on their map.
The current was way too strong to paddle, and we actually hit that rock on the right.
Grant and Josiah flew into the water. The overturned aluminum canoe went under and wrapped around a rock, pinning Asher's foot and trapping him for hours.
When it bent again, that's when I had to squat down and just hang on for dear life when it was up to my neck.
The 16-year-old was in and out of consciousness near the end as rescue teams worked to free him. Doctors told Asher he was in the last stages of hypothermia.
Basically, my entire prayer was, Lord, save me, send a miracle.
I remember just this feeling of helplessness because there was nothing I could do to help Asher.
The teens say the teams used a pulley system to free Asher and get him to dry ground.
Very intense. There was a lot of shouting. There was, it was very emotional.
The seaplane flew him to safety. Faith was at the forefront, even as fear began to take over.
It scared the crap out of all of us. We were all praying. for hours on end that day. We were praying.
Now Asher's foot suffered some tissue damage, but the injury should heal. All 3 teens said the ordeal won't stop them from canoeing in the Boundary Waters again.
As these showers pop up in the afternoon.
So if we can keep the rain at bay and any severe weather, it's the perfect time to maybe go on that family vacation, hit the lake.
Hit the pool, right, exactly.
With that humid weather, though.
This is the perfect time for it, and we haven't really seen that hot, sticky weather yet this year, at least not for an extended period of time, and this will be the first one.
All right, so if you've been waiting for it, take advantage.